The NFL is one of the most unpredictable sports leagues in the world. Crazy trades can happen, teams can perform better or worse than expected, and players can burst on the scene as franchise-altering stars. So here are my top 10 bold predictions for the 2019 NFL season. Number 1. The Los Angeles Chargers miss the playoffs. The Chargers have been named by some the most complete team and one of the most talented groups in the NFL, but I just don't agree. The Chargers' offensive line ranked 30th in the league according to PFF, and they didn't do much to improve it this offseason, aside from drafting developmental tackle Trey Pipkins in the 3rd round. They also lost some key contributors in free agency, like defensive tackle Darius Philon to the Cardinals and wide receiver Tyrell Williams to the Raiders. And with star running back Melvin Gordon demanding either a large contract extension or a trade, the Chargers risk losing another offensive playmaker. While the Chargers still do have a group of talented players, they may see a decline in wins from last year due to a very difficult schedule. And in a competitive division like the AFC West, there is not a lot of room for error. The Chargers may be a surprise dud team this year and miss the 2019 playoffs altogether. Number 2. Saquon Barkley is the first running back to get 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000 yards receiving in one season since 1999. It's going to be a rough year for the Giants. With one of the weakest rosters in the NFL, they seem to be going into rebuild mode by trading away some star players like Odell Beckham Jr. and Olivier Vernon. They do, however, have a bright spot on offense: running back Saquon Barkley. Last year, Barkley won the Offensive Rookie of the Year award and was one of the best young running backs in the league. He had 1,307 rushing yards with 11 rushing touchdowns and 721 receiving yards with 4 receiving touchdowns. One crazy stat I found was his 91 receptions, which is more than wide receivers Amari Cooper, Mike Evans, and Brandon Cooks. Since the Giants traded away Odell Beckham, Barkley is going to be leaned on and expected to carry this offense. They are going to feed him the ball in 2019, and you are going to see this on the stat sheet. With Barkley's skill and a Giants offense without very many other weapons, I truly think that in his second year, Saquon can be the first player to record 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000 yards receiving in 1 year since Marshall Faulk in 1999. Number 3. The Detroit Lions get double-digit wins. Sure, they might be in the toughest division in football, but the Detroit Lions actually have a roster filled with talent. The offense will be led by a healthy Matthew Stafford, who apparently played with a fractured back in 2018. Stafford will almost definitely have a better season this year, improving on a touchdown-to-interception ratio of 21-11. The running game should be the best it's been in years with the pairing of second-year back Kerryon Johnson and C.J. Anderson, who projects to be a quality third-down runner. The wide receiver room looks talented as well, led by Kenny Golladay, one of the most underrated receivers in the league, and Marvin Jones. The addition of do-it-all rookie tight end T.J. Hawkinson doesn't hurt at all either. The Lions don't have a great offensive line, but I can see the Lions having a top 10 offense in 2019. The defense should be improved as well. They ranked 10th best in the league for yards allowed and only got better by adding nickelback Justin Coleman and pass rusher Trey Flowers. This defense looks solid, and head coach Matt Patricia should only help them improve. Overall, though, this Lions team doesn't look championship ready. However, it does look ready to make a run to the playoffs, and that is saying something based on their record last season. Number 4. Mike Zimmer is the first coach to get fired. Vikings head coach Mike Zimmer has been leading in Minnesota since 2014 and has a career record of 48-33-1. That's all pretty good for a head coach. However, in the past few seasons, he has underperformed. In 2017, Zimmer coached arguably the most talented team in the NFL and was embarrassed in the NFC Championship game by then backup quarterback Nick Foles. For a defensive-minded coach, a 38-7 blowout is not good for morale. The following offseason, the Vikings were hyped to be a popular Super Bowl pick after adding Pro Bowl quarterback Kirk Cousins. The Vikings looked like they were the most complete team in the league. However, during the actual 2018 season, the Vikings underperformed and missed the playoffs with an 8-7-1 record. They looked inconsistent on offense and had the 15th best defense in the league. And that's a ranking that looks bad for a team that supposedly had one of the most talented defensive groups in the league, along with one of the most skilled defensive head coaches. This season, the Vikings made a few roster changes, however they look fairly similar to the 2018 Vikings, and Mike Zimmer will have another chance to lead this team to the Super Bowl. But if things start off shaky again, I could see the Vikings letting go of Zimmer and looking for a new head coach to hopefully take this team to the promised land. Zimmer has a good chance to look like a great coach, bringing his team back to the playoffs. However, he could also be gone a lot sooner than most people expect. Number 5. O.J. Howard is placed in the conversation for best tight end in the league. Since being drafted 19th overall by the Buccaneers in 2017, O.J. Howard has been a decent tight end. He has struggled with injuries, missing multiple games in both of his 2 seasons in the league. However, when healthy, he has been a threat. This year, the Buccaneers hired head coach Bruce Arians. This is a man who has been given the nickname the Quarterback Whisperer. He is known for improving the play of quarterbacks such as Peyton Manning, Ben Roethlisberger, Andrew Luck, and Carson Palmer. Not a bad group, right? So, if he is able to help out a struggling Jameis Winston, the entire Buccaneers offense will flourish. And if O.J. Howard is healthy, he will have a fantastic season. This offseason, the Buccaneers lost wide receivers Deshaun Jackson and Adam Humphries, and since they are gone, O.J. Howard will get a lot more targets from Winston. I expect Howard to have a massive breakout season. He will have such a good season, in fact, that he will be placed by many in the conversation of who the best tight end in the league is, along with Zach Ertz, Travis Kelce, and George Kittle. Howard is brimming with potential, and 2019 is the perfect season for him to shine. So that concludes part 1 of my top 10 bold predictions for the 2019 NFL season. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more content like this. Make sure to like this video and comment any suggestions or video ideas for the future. Part 2 should be coming sometime next week. And anyways, thanks for watching.